What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Dermy Wormy. I'm coming at you with episode 24 of the G Gundam reviews. I'm sad this arc has come to an end. I'm sad that the Guiana Highland arc is over. But they go out on a bang. And they do set up for the World Tournament final rounds arc relatively nicely. Next week's episode, I'm just gonna get this out of the way, gotta be super fast, mainly because next week is a big clip episode. I might combine that with episode 20. I might do 25 and 26 in a single video. I don't know, because the next episode there's one reveal, well, two main reveals, and that's about it. Nothing really happens next episode. It's just, hey, we came from here. Here's where we are going forward. Okay, that's all. This episode, though, is the end of the Guiana Highlands, and it ends with the most iconic Gundam scene ever. That every time I see it, I fight the tears. I fight the urge to cry. But let's get into it, shall we? We deserve to be getting into this. We deserve to talk about what the heck is going on this week. And we'll pick up where we left off last week and what happened last week for those of you who aren't aware. So, as we do in every episode, our announcer basically gives us the recap of what happened last time. Last time, Domon unlocked the true super mode and finished the battle with Kyoji and his brother. Ultimately, that's what happened. Master Asia became very belligerent, just kept wanting to fight to the bitter end, and then a random capsule came down from the sky. Well, it wasn't actually random. It was sent by Neo Japan. Domon witnessed it and said, hey, what is that? And this episode is mainly trying to get to the capsule. Get what's in the capsule out. Oh god, it looks so pretty. I forgot how much it looks. Oh, and his main opponent for today will be Master Asia, and he's fighting to try to get to Hong Kong with the new Gundam. Because one of the big points of this episode is it's check-in day. You have only a certain amount of time to get checked in. And if you don't make it by the end, you don't get a fight. You're done. Bye. So there's a time constraint too, and I love what they do with the time constraint. I love it. So we open up witnessing the everybody's, watching what's happened since last episode. We see the charred remains of the Dark Gundam falling into the burning abyss that was him, essentially. This hellscape that was created by him. We get this really cool look of Kyoji. I'm trying to get it. Domon witnessing Kyoji fall into the pit, realizing that it's all over. Accepting that, hey, it's time to finally move on. And that's when Domon witnesses the pod descending from the sky. We then get, we then get the cut to Hong Kong, where all sorts of competitors are coming in. We have another announcer mentioning it. Hey, this is the site. Fighters are coming in from all over the world. Gundams from all over the world are coming here for the final showdown. You saw, we just passed it, but that was Nether Gundam, which is from the Netherlands, obviously, and it's supposed to be a windmill. Oh god, that reminds me. There's some cool stuff that they in the later episodes that they show off. We have Viking Gundam coming in within his Viking boat. Man, that thing's huge. And then out of the water, we see Toro Gundam. We see Zeus Gundam riding in on his chariot. And as Gundams are pouring in, we see Maxter. and Chippity Crockett all ready to show up. He's excited. He's ready to fight. From the ground arises Dragon Gundam and Saisaishi. Everybody's getting all cheery, meeting up. They look above and they see George in an airship as they're all talking with each other, you know, because they raced to get there, obviously. They're like, yep, we're all here. George is all being, you know, kind of prissy, saying, I made you guys some tea, but this was a while back, so hey, it's all cold now. And that's when they realized they still haven't even seen Domon yet. Shuffle crests start burning, and they realize he's still over there fighting. We get to a car pulling around, which is filled with the Neo Japan delegation. And they're kind of panicking a bit. They're like, we haven't even heard back from Domon yet. We don't know if he's gotten into the Gundam. We don't know if he's even here. Where is he? What's going on? We need to hurry up. They know that the pod landed down in the Guiana Highlands, and they're freaking out. As they're pulling up, Dr. Mikamura notices the Neo-Russia delegation and Rain. And as they're all sitting, they begin realizing that something's going on. Like, hey, well, no, Russia first. They all realize something's bad. Rain and Dr. Mikamura meet up. They start conversing, saying, no, Domon isn't here yet. Something's going on. And that's pretty much that. We now cut back over to Guiana Highlands. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I want to talk about the Guiana Highlands because this is going to be an epic, just continual fight. Domon begins to make his way towards the pod. He watches it as it touches down. Area around it begins to crumble, realizing, hey, like this area is kind of unstable. You have to hurry. It starts opening up, but can't fully open up. And he sees within it a Gundam. And he recognizes this is the Gundam for the final rounds. Like, he needs to get this Gundam quickly. He's actually happy that he has it, but he needs to get into it to help get it out of here. As he's noticing, hey, we need to go, the ground around him is starting to come undone. He's realizing this whole area has basically become unstable. Because of the effects of the Dark Gundam, because of all that fire, all that destruction, everything that he caused, this hellscape is starting to crumble and collapse. And as he's starting to realize, hey, he needs to run, a hand comes out of the ground, latches onto Domon's leg, and won't let him move. And you can figure out who it is just by the look. It's Master. Oh, excuse me. Begging, telling him, you can't go anywhere. You're going to have to fight me. This isn't over. Domon reacts to that, and Master's like, yeah. Domon reacts by saying, hey, how are you still alive? How are you still fighting? How are you still pushing? And Master says, don't you remember my name? It's Undefeated of the East. It's going to take a lot more than that just to beat me. Fighting ensues, but we also see just how badly damaged Master Gundam is. It has a hole taken out of it. We start seeing signs that, hey, Master Gundam's been taking a whole lot bigger beating than we thought. I believe one of the wing units is actually missing. Like, they're not, yeah, you can see it here. A whole wing is missing. They're both badly damaged, and Master will not leave until one of them's basically dead. The fight breaks out. Master throws him down to the ground, locked in combat as they're hurtling to Earth. See a good shot of the mystery Gundam. It's burning Gundam, but it's a mystery. They land down on the ground, both of them shocked. Domon's struggling. They both struggle to get up. Master Asia says, you can't go anywhere. You must fight me. Begins throwing fists left and right, breaking his Gundam's hand, hurting himself, but acknowledging, hey, if you just did, you know what? If you didn't show up to Kyoto that day, if you just avoided showing up to Kyoto, not getting involved in this stuff, staying out of everything, none of this would have ever happened. I would not be fighting you. I would not be wanting to destroy you. You could have lived your life peacefully and just ignored it all. But no, you had to get involved. You had to ruin my plan. You had to just cause all this, and now he's lashing out in anger. Smacks Domon to the ground, begins just berating Domon, and Domon stands up to him. Domon just punches Master Asia, realizing that Domon doesn't have all that anger anymore. Remember, at the end of the last episode, Domon mentions, hey, all my anger, all my hatred, all my sorrow is gone. But we're seeing the exact opposite in Master Asia right now. Master Asia is very, excuse me, is attacking very chaotically, very haphazardly. And the announcer in this episode mentions he's become a raging demon. Master Asia has lost everything for the most part. Plans are gone. Friends are gone. Everything he's cared about is gone. And now he just wants to end Domon. He wants to take out all of his rage on Domon. And they just start launching fist attacks back and forth. They interlock with a finger attack. God, whenever I say that, that sounds dirty. But they're both using Shining Finger and Darkness Finger on each other, respectively. Locked in combat, realizing that one of them is going to have to die in this battle. Blast doesn't destroy their head units, but it does damage them enough and throws them both. Basically, it makes them both have to land on the ground. Domon, struggling to get up, realizes that, hey, that final attack drained my power basically to zero. He can't do anything. He has to get to that new Gundam. And as he's talking about this, we're seeing that Master Asia still has power. Master Asia is getting up. Domon's struggling to figure out a plan. Master Asia turns around and watches as Domon, kind of smartly, hops out of the unit and begins rushing over to the pod. Master Asia says, that was a stupid idea. You literally just left the Gundam, left your only safe place, unarmed, to walk over there. You're not going to get there. I'm not going to teach you a lesson. And he thrusts his arm attack forward, but it gets blocked by the burning Gundam. Well, Shining Gundam. This is going to be a little hard. There's two of them. Got me a little slack. And Master Asia realizes, hey, he read my move. He just knew what I was going to do. He used the last bit of power within the core lander part of his Shining Gundam. God dang it, this is gonna be a problem. Of his Shining Gundam, and with that, he utilized the last of his power to defend himself, turn his Shining Gundam, got it that time, to a defensive wall, and he shocked that Domon saw this ahead. We have to remember, Domon has been very haphazardly. Like, the roles are reversed now. Domon's been haphazardly, emotional, struggling to fight against Master. Master, the whole time, knew every move that Domon would ever do. Knew how to play Domon right into his hands. Saw every move before it ever happened. Knew what Domon was going to do. Roles are reversed, and Master Asia doesn't know how to respond. Master Asia is struggling because now he's going up against somebody who predicts him, equal to him. Basically, they're equals now, and Master Asia is struggling with that. We see this not a final shot, but this very graphic shot of Shining Gundam impaled, holding the arm. You see the oil and stuff dripping from behind it, symbolizing that it's kind of dead. It sacrificed itself, and its eyes shut down. You hear this sorrowful song as it dies. Domon then looks up, I believe he looks at Shining Gundam and actually kind of, he says, goodbye, Shining Gundam, thank you. And it's a acknowledgement of what he has been through. Shining Gundam represents Domon's old personality, the older Domon, the Domon that we were with for the past 24 to 23 episodes. And its death represents the death of the haphazard Domon, the uncontrolled Domon, the Domon that his old life, the Domon before fighting Kyoji in the Dark Gundam. His weaker self. This is Domon ascending, but in order to ascend, he's going to have to go through some hell. He's going to have to go through hell to reach that final point. He then looks upon the new Gundam and says, I have to get in there. I have to get in there. Mid-credit, Domon begins, looking at the new Gundam, saying he has to get in there, has to hurry up. Master Asia acknowledges, you're not going to get in there. I'm going to finish this because you want to get in there. But we look at Master Asia. He's becoming sickly, sweating, struggling, dark eyes around his body. He's coming to the end of his own stamina. He can't take much more of this. But he decides, you want to get in there so badly, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. And decides to use his Gundam, using as much energy as he has, to ram himself into the pod, forcing him, the pod, and Domon to plummet to the ground. Now, when we cut back, I'm gonna give some criticism. Because there's some uber plot armor going on that they don't really explain. So there is some criticism there. As much as I love it, I gotta call it out. We cut back to Hong Kong where, everybody, they're acknowledging all these Gundams are here. We still have time. I think there's an hour left yet for Gundams to check in, and then it's over. Domon, on the other side of the earth, has to be there within the hour. The Shuffle Alliance members are like, come on, man, you need to hurry up and get your butt here. Argo's like, hey, he'll show up. I know this dude. He's going to show up. And George points out a very valid thing. They're worried about a competitor. They're worried about a fellow competitor, somebody that they're going to have to fight and potentially try to beat. But they're worried about him. They want him to succeed. They want him to get here. And it's weird for them. They don't know, why are we so concerned about this dude? Because they become friends. Because they're a part of the Shuffle Alliance and they respect him and they want this final fight with him. They want to be able to beat him. One of them wants to be known for beating Domon. That's why they care so much. We cut over here and we cut to the Japanese delegation where they're like, the government guy's like, oh, come on, hurry up. Major Alube is very calm, very respectful, understands, hey, he's going to be here. We have time. And out of nowhere, God, why am I doing that today? Dr. Mikamura notes that the Burning Gundam's been opened up. Okay, Burning Gundam's been opened up. That means somebody's getting in there. Rain's there, and she immediately thinks Domon's there, accessing it. She starts yelling to Domon, trying to get Domon to respond. Domon's not responding, and we're going to see why. That also, plot armor time. They fell from up here. Domon was not this big. Domon's a little dude. Domon's human-sized. We've been seeing size comparisons here. How does he survive this? Seriously, that's not a fall you can survive. But he somehow survives and makes it into the Burning Gundam. I have to give some criticism there. You can suspend some disbelief in this anime for sure. There's levels of disbelief that you can't unsuspend. I mean, Domon struggled with heights before and pointed out you can't survive some of these things, but he manages to access the Gundam, gets inside of it, but as he gets inside, he falls to his back. He doesn't just fall because he's, because of the location of everything. He's falling down flat. So everything's perfect sized. He falls in because himself is getting tired. He's getting tired. He's getting exhausted. It's taking a lot for him to continue this fight, and he needs to hurry up. He, struggles to get up and starts saying it should have the exact same control systems. Well, I should just be able to start this up. He tries to start it up, and it shuts down. He then begs the Gundam to start running, calling it New Gundam. But it's new to him. He doesn't know the name yet. Name Burning Gundam. Amazing Gundam. In Japanese, it's God Gundam. There's a spoiler alert that I'm about to drop, but they give him God Gundam, and yet they also had a plan for another Gundam to give him towards the very end. That's the shocking thing. they have another Gundam that we're not going to see for several episodes that they were also planning on letting Domon use. Nah, God Gundam's Domon's Gundam. But then Domon starts trying to start it up. Just then, the pod's getting forced open by Master Asia. Master saying, you're not going anywhere. We still need a fight. We're going to finish this with our fists, and we're going to end this all. Domon taking note of him, and we see just the destruction of Master Asia, how he's kind of bloodied up a bit. Now you can see, I don't know if this is supposed to be some blood, but he's not faring very well either, but he is going to force Domon to fight. Even though his own Gundam is badly damaged. I think it's later, he even takes note like, hey, he's so badly damaged. Master Gundam is so low on energy, even the recovery aspect, because of the Dark Gundam's influence, isn't working. This is a fight to the death that has an interesting ending. But he commands Domon to fight. He starts attacking Domon. Domon's struggling to do anything, but primarily because he can't do anything. He is left there, and he starts kind of like pushing himself back just with pure willpower and thrusts Master Gundam to the ground, again with pure willpower. Well, no, he's getting attacked, and he's just manning through it. That's what was happening. Getting that a little backwards. You're going to see something cool, though. Back at Japan, well, back in Hong Kong, Dr. Mikamura is attaching a brainwave amplifier thing. Some sort of psychic doohickey that I wish they explained more onto Rain that is going to amplify her emotions so that she can locate Domon. Japanese government dudes like, I don't even know. How do we even know this is gonna work? This is a prototype. We don't even know if this is gonna help. And Rain says, I'll do it. I'm gonna try. I'm going to try to save Domon and help him out. Dr. Mikamura tells Rain, hey, all you gotta do is think about him. Think about him hard. Think about how much you care about him. And we'll get this to work. And that's what she does. She starts thinking about Domon to a great degree, circulating through her minds, and she does get connected to Domon. And as she's connected to Domon, she starts seeing the Shuffle Alliance, old Shuffle Alliance. She sees all their fights that they've gone through. She sees Chippity, George, Saisaishi, Argo. She starts seeing Master Asia, and she realizes these are the people that are most important to Domon. These are the people that have been influential to Domon. These are the most important things to Domon. The very last image that she sees is herself. With that, she then, a giant light magically happens. Don't ask questions. She then is transported to the final fight where she calls out to Domon. Domon realizes Rain's there. And with that psychic connection thing, they force Master Asia to the ground. Don't ask how, but it happens. Anime time. Just then, Shining Gundam reactivates, reawakens. And Domon watches as the Shining Gundam leans forward, begins to crawl to Domon and Burning Gundam. Because he needs the battle data. He needs his final data to activate the Gundam. But it's being controlled by Rain's emotions solely. Don't ask how. That questions that I have. And as she's pulling herself there, she's talking about how she cares about Domon, how they're waiting for her in Hong Kong. Got the words out. How you need to get there as soon as possible for these final fights. We then see Master Asia. This is where the comment comes in. He's struggling to regenerate. He doesn't have enough power. He can't do anything. He's just sitting there watching as Rain forces the Shining Gundam with her pure love for Domon, the care that she has for Domon, just to touch Burning Gundam and Domon. The love that they share is what ultimately helps translate the battle data to Burning Gundam, which somehow lifts up its arm. Don't ask how. Doing that fully basically ends Shining Gundam. Shining Gundam is no more. But in its place, we get the ultimate thing. Rain back in Hong Kong collapses to the ground because it took a lot of energy for her to do that. And we watch as Burning Gundam awakens. Bright light comes out, the pod fully opens up, and we get the most iconic scene as Master Asia watches at it. The Burning Gundam rising up. Oh, it's such a good moment. Because you get all these angles of him just slowly rising as he's holding the Shining Gundam, holding the past, holding where he came from in his arms. And actually kind of a passed out Rain in some respects. Taking his first steps, wings thrusting open, and we get the shot. The iconic shot of Burning Gundam. Sun coming from behind as he's holding henceforth the dead past, the past that was Rowdy, just wanted to fight, his anger, his sorrow, everything all there in Shining Gundam, but acknowledging that this is the new Domon. This is Domon in his upgraded form, ready to fight and ready to take on the final rounds. Master Asia's kind of in awe at this. Domon just looks at him saying, I'm done. I'm getting out of here. You can't stop me. That look of just determination in Domon's eyes. Master Asia forces himself up, says, you're not going anywhere, uses the last of his strength to force the regeneration. Says, we're going to end this here and now. Rushes towards Domon. Domon says he doesn't have time to play with you, and he's leaving. Slams Master Asia's head. I think I already skipped that. Just slams Master Asia's head into the ground, dragging it along. Thrusts him into the ground, and I love this scene, but we're going to come back to the scene next episode because I don't know what the heck happens, because it's pretty obvious what happens here, but apparently not. He uses his thrusters, juts into the sky, directly up, thrusting across Master Asia, and, well, boom. I'm going to do a spoiler alert. I got a spoiler alert. It's pretty obvious that Master Asia dies here. It's pretty darn obvious. You don't survive a explosion like that. He somehow survives. Don't know how. They don't actually explain how. He just does. So, don't know. But we see this, like, this is the explosion. He somehow survives. This is not a tiny explosion. But Domon is now off to Hong Kong. He's getting there the fastest way he knows how. Saying goodbye to the past as he flies straight up towards Hong Kong. And he's going to the only way he thinks to even get there. The beam rope that surrounds the Earth. That's how he's going to get there. So he quickly rushes up there and does an awesome move, just utilizing the beam rope to propel him to Hong Kong. Oh, this is an awesome move. He knows it's right there, so he's just got to slingshot himself there at full speed. And that's just what he does. And everybody's taking note that there's a timer. I think there's like 30 minutes left. He has to get there in 30 minutes. And as he's getting there, comes from the sky. Just then, 4 random lights start following him. And as he's rushing over there, we see these 4 lights closing in, and they start surrounding him, and they start attacking him. And I do have some criticism here, and I'm going to do some spoiler alerts. But as they are attacking, you're seeing, Gundam heads. Like, there's people, these are people fighting and attacking him from all sides, hitting him from everywhere. I'll do the criticism, but they're seeing Domon, being attacked. They see him in the distance. They know he's just about there. See one come from the sky, slamming down on him. And I think it's this last one he sees just slam into him. If I can get that position right. He takes note of this. Like, something there, it doesn't make sense. Like, what was that? And he's kind of shocked to see it just after everything. And I'm just going to spoil it because I already spoiled it. It's Foon Psyche and Master Asia. He just kills Master Asia and shockingly He's right there. So what happened? How does this possible? But he's getting attacked from all sides. We saw all the Gundams. I'm going to make one criticism towards the end, and we'll get into it. They're taking note. Domon comes rushing in just about there and touches down right at the last minute in this epic just slide in. Right there, right as the clock strikes 1, he's landed down and is ready for the final fight. Everybody's there in unison. They're happy to see him. Rain starts crying and getting ticked off because if you remember 2 episodes ago, Domon promised to have her everywhere. He would never leave her. They would do everything together, and yet he left her, and Rain's taking it out on him. She was sad. She was upset. But everybody's there, you know, happy to see him there. Final match is about to begin, and the stakes are higher because now we need to figure out who are those 4 lights? What was going on there? What's going to happen now? And how is everything going to progress? Only time will tell. I am going to give another spoiler alert, another bit of criticism. One of those 4 lights, I think it's the first one that I actually showed on screen before the one above them, one that came on the side. The second light that actually hit him. If you watch the episode, it's the second light that hits him. That particular Gundam unit doesn't exist quite yet. That is a unit that is don't know how to explain it very properly without uber spoilers. But another Gundam that we haven't seen yet becomes that Gundam, and another person ends up using that Gundam. So it hasn't even been forged yet, you could say. But it's already attacking. So I don't know. I don't get it. That's criticism for another day. All that, I do have to say, though, the Guiana Highlands arc being over, next week we begin the World Tournament arc. It will be a fast video. Trust me, it will be a super fast video. But I'm super excited. I'm excited. I love doing these videos. I love doing these clips. And I hope you guys are actually enjoying them. I know I don't get very many watches on these. This is something I actually am passionate about. This is an IP I love to death. The Gundam is an IP I love to death. And even though it is possibly one of the least fit, not the greatest Gundam series ever, G Gundam, it's not the greatest. There's much better series that you can check out. Mobile Squadron 8 is one of them. War in the Pocket, OG Timeline, UC, all that. Wing. There are much better versions, but there's something about G Gundam that has always had this heart that I just admire, that I adore, and that I could sit down and watch over and over and over again. And that's why I'm doing these reviews. I'm doing these because I want to share something good with everybody. That's why I don't want to always be negative and bogged down by all the crap that's out there. I want to show you guys something that might not be the best, has some cheesy moments, but for the love of God, go check it out because it has heart. And it's not trying to be anything else. It's trying to be G Gundam. And that's what I love. And I want to get your guys' thoughts and opinions down below in the comments. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share it out with your friends. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live, guys. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.